All right, so it's time to change the plugs. I would have started earlier, but I was busy watching YouTube videos. I know. We all do it. So let's get the garage door open and get this out there. When I say cold start, I literally mean cold start. It's about 50 freaking degrees out here. It's a lot colder than it's been recently. So we're gonna have a true cold start. That'll piss off your neighbors. Alright, so car's in, got to set up the quick jacks. Alright, so we got the quick jacks all set up, and I kind of cheated a little. I've already went up and make sure everything was seated right, and I already broke the torque loose on the rear wheels. So let's just get this in the air, take the wheels off, and I'm going to show you where you have to remove things on the bumper. Always double check your locks on both sides. Make sure it is securely locked. Don't take it for granted. All you really have to do is look. If you look down in here, you see this notch right here. It's locked in place and I can't move this. The locks are in place. I could go a level higher, but we don't need to for what we're doing today. Because I'm going to pull the wheels off and the rear wheels are a little bit on the heavy side. And then let me show you everything you need to take off on the rear bumper. All right, so let me show you exactly what you need to take off. It's not a lot. You have one right here vertical you need to pull off. You're going to pull these off because you need those off anyways. On the underside, we've got one here. We got one over here. There's just two right here. Two on the other side. Pull these off. There's four there, two under there. Pull your headlights out. When you pull your headlights out, I can't remember. I think I don't think there is one, but this has hooks. It slides into here, so you have to pull the headlight out so you can get this off. So let me get that out. Let me get the out of the sun. Let me get that. Get the headlight, tail lights out. That's a headlight. I'm sorry, tail light, and I'll pull all those screws out, and we'll keep rocking and rolling. All right, so as you guys can see, I forgot a couple of screws. So under the tail light, there is one that goes right here. It is not a true screw. It is a little plastic one. You do not unscrew it all the way. As you can see that. It unscrews a little bit and then you just pull it out. So there's that one. I forgot that one. I also forgot two in the middle. So there's one here, one on either side of this. And screw right into this. So there's two there. So I forgot those. So let's recap here. Two in the bottom, one goes up, so that's 3. 2 here, that's 5. 2 here, 7, plus the one that goes up, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and the 2 plastic ones under your taillights. And the bumper cover comes right off. I know a lot of people are probably screaming at me that I didn't put tape on there, that I didn't protect it. Scratches are scratches. If I get a scratch in it, I can buff it out. I'm not worried about the scratches. Yes, I should have put tape on there, but the car is dirty. Who cares? I drive it every day. It's not a show car. It's a daily driven car. So I'm not too concerned with the scratches. When I go back on, I might put tape on there because it is a little more challenging to get it on. What we got to do next? I want to leave the garage open because it does get warm in this garage. So we're going to take off this hardware. I'm not even going to count these because I don't do this enough. We're going to take these off. Those look brand new. They must have been replaced. Take this one off. And I believe these in the fender. Yeah, this is all one piece. This whole thing is one piece. So you got to take these two, one in the fender. The one on the bottom is already off. See, that one's already off. And then we were going to. So let me get it all the way off first, and then I'm going to show you exactly what brackets we're going to pull off the side mufflers.
Hey, son. Like it or love it, it's double or nothing. You ain't getting money, the nigga you bugging. Damn ass fat, you know I'ma hug it. Lows by the truck, fuck up the budget. Cashing it in, damn I'm a bucket. OD, you know I overdoes it. If it ain't moolah, we cannot discuss it. Her name ain't Erica, she finna bust it. Her name ain't Mega, but yeah, she a stallion. The way that we dressin' ran out of Italian. New chain bustin', pick the medallion. Pull your own troubles out by the gallon. Her name ain't Lotta, but she from the south. Her name ain't Ruby, she got a big mouth. Putting it in, she sticking it out. Putting it in, she sticking it out. She like salsa, one in a hole. Just like a golfer, if you ain't leeching, what can you owe?
All right, so previously when I had put on the Pfister exhaust, I did what everyone does. I went under the car and I removed these 3 bolts. That one, and this one. And of course I broke this one. A lot of people break the upper one to change just the side muffler. Well, I didn't have to do that because this is the attachment to the cat. See, it goes from the header to the cat to what would have been the center muffler, but then later on I did the Sharkworks. The side muffler is only attached right here. So there's no need to take that lower one off. What you can do is you can take off these 2 here, these upper 2. Leave this bracket on there. Just take these 2 off. Obviously, I'm gonna have to spray these real quick with some penetrating fluid, but look at the state of those versus the condition of those. If I can zoom in. See that? That's corrosion. It's from the heat. It's from being so close to the muffler. These are in much better condition, and they're going to come off. They're not as corroded. Same thing here. This one is corroded because it's right next to the muffler, but also, see this mesh? Probably has different, this is probably stainless steel. This is probably aluminum. This is, so different metals. It's causing it to corrode. This is just aluminum on aluminum on aluminum. So it's in much better shape. So you remove those 2, and remove these two. And same thing, they're not right next to the muffler, and they have a heat shield on the header, so they're not getting all the heat. So they're not corroded. So if I pull these two and those two, this whole side muffler should come up, and this. Before I remove this, now here I will use tape. Before I remove this, I'm going to, let's see, I'm trying to see if I can put a piece of tape right here on both sides so I can kind of put this back exactly where it is right now. So I used some WD-40, I sprayed it on the bolts, let that sink in, went and took a break. And like Garfield, I love lasagna, so I went and heated up some lasagna from last night. Delicious. Also, you can see I put tape on here on both sides so that I know once I slide that out of the way exactly where to put it back. Voila. All right, so this is a Pfister muffler. It's basically an OEM muffler with Pfister, Darren Pfister's mod on here. Actually got this from Mr. Darren Pfister himself. Actually went down to their shop. Actually, I did this in the mail, but then I went and saw him later. And it's a quality design. You can see the welds. Thousands of miles later, welds are perfect. It's not leaking. It is a wonderful design. It did say Pfister on here and was powder coated, but it all burns off. So what we need to do here is, now that we have access, this is why you got to take off the side mufflers, because my coil packs are right under here, 2 and 3 per side. So this is a reverse e-torque. Got to pull that off. So there's, I think it's just those two, and then you can get the heat shield off, and then you have access to it. Let me get the other side done, and then we'll pull off the heat shield, and we'll see where we are. All right, so I got the heat shield loose. The problem is, can't get it past this because right here on the edge it curves and goes around it, so I can't get this off. So I've sprayed some WD-40 on here. We're gonna have to take off this O2 sensor. This car has 2 O2 sensors, one here and one further down. Let me put in the sun. It's an E12 reverse Torx to get these little screws out. Now this is 997.2. 997.1 may be different hardware, but setup is exactly the same. Engine's the same, setup is exactly the same. All right, success. O2 sensor, it actually came out very easily. 7/8 wrench came out. What I didn't count, and I forgot to, was how many times I twisted it. So before I put it back in, I'll twist the heck out of it, so when I'm tightening it, it's not twisted. That being said, so this is a T. Here's your 3 coil packs, and then these things, I'm just gonna use my hands, because being so close to the exhaust and the engine, that plastic can become brittle. So we're gonna pull these off by hand. This one. And I'm just going to pull them all off because you can see where they're arranged. So obviously this one cannot reach that one or even the middle one. Same thing, the middle one can't reach the forward one or the aft one. So just pull them off and let them hang. It'll be all right. Oh, it's beautiful. All right, I'm going to keep working, but I just wanted to pull this off because this is the first one I pulled out, and this is how it should look. It came out nice and smooth. It's clean, no residue on it, and look inside the spark plug hole. Absolutely beautiful in there. That is exactly what you want to see. Just no oil. Absolutely a work of art. All right, let's do the rest. Hopefully they all look exactly the same. All right, and this is exactly what we wanted to see. This spark plug is perfect. It's not white. It's not coated in brown, black gunk. It's got just a little bit of brownish black kind of gold color. That is a perfect looking spark plug. All right, so check out. These are the three plugs that came out of the driver's side. So you can see the burn is identical. It's nice even burn on all three. This is the new ones for comparison. There's really not that much wear. The electrode material is almost as thick on the used one, on the old ones, as it is on the new ones. But they look perfectly fine to me. They look like they could easily go another 40,000 miles without being changed ever. So that's good to know. I found one thing I did find. All right, so the only weird thing I found was on the connectors. Number one, I don't know if this is 1, 2, or 3, but I'm gonna call them 1, 2, or 3. Number one is perfect. Number two is perfect. Number three has got a bunch of corrosion in there. I don't know why. I haven't had any issues, no fault codes, so I'm just gonna clean that with a wire brush, clean it up, and call it good. Because I don't have a connector to replace it with, and I mean, I don't think it's a problem. I think it's just a little surface corrosion. So we'll clean it and hope for the best. If you guys know what it is or if you've seen it before, let me know in the comments. All right, we'll get back to work. So new ones are in, and you can see this. We cleaned it up with a wire brush. This brush right here, I just broke off the handle and just scraped it, and we got all the corrosion off of that plug. And so now it looks as good as the other ones. New plugs are in, and I did torque them. If you want to know what the torque is, the box tells you. If I hold it the right way, I have it upside down. So 28 Newton meters or 21 foot-pounds. There you go. Heard the click? All right, torqued. Already did all three. I'm gonna do the other side off camera because you guys don't need to see that. And we'll come back to the camera when we're putting everything back together. I couldn't leave it the way it was. So I got in there and I cleaned it. I used a screwdriver, a little bit of a knife, and I was very cautious with those connectors. The blades are actually clean. I mean, I didn't have to touch them. I just went around them, but I got all the junk out of there. You can see by the little scratch marks in the plastic. I got all the junk out of there, and then I finally cleaned it off with that pipe cleaner right there. So now I am happy that this is clean and free of corrosion. So next time I do plugs, I'll order the kit and I'll order all of new of these, especially if I find another one that's like this. This was the only one on the driver's side. The other two look perfect. So this was the only one that looked like that. I don't know why. I don't know. I guess moisture got in there at some point, or moisture's getting into the back of the connector. I'm not sure, but the car ran great. I have no codes. I have no faults. So I'm not really worried about it. And these weren't bent or anything. They came out nice and smooth. No oil on them. They're nice and clean. So I have no concerns that this is an issue.
1 hour later.
Do y'all know Murphy? You know, freaking Murphy's Law? We were almost done, but we only have 5 instead of 6 plugs. So everything came to a screeching halt. Can't do nothing. We're short 1 spark plug. So I called a couple different places. Porsche has them. This is why people hate the dealership. I'm going to tell you exactly why people hate a dealership. I called Porsche and I said, hey, listen, I need 1 spark plug. Just 1. Not 6, just 1. So the guy's like, okay, what's your VIN? They always want to know your VIN at Porsche. They don't care the model. They'll tell you what model you have. And so I give him the VIN. Well, first of all, I had to call him 4 times because they kept putting me on hold and then would drop the call. So I give him the VIN, pulls up my car. He's like, oh, is the Carrera 4S? I'm like, yeah, I could have told you that from the get-go. I didn't, whatever. Especially because the same spark plug fits multiple cars. So then I'm trying to give him the part number. He's like, no, we don't use that. I said, what do you mean you don't use that? He's like, no, we only use Porsche part numbers. Okay. Do you have any spark plugs? He said, yeah, we have a bunch, like 50. They're $25. I said, $25 for all 6? He said, no. $25 each for 1. $25. It's like, am I missing something? It's a spark plug. I said, all right, 25 for 1. Sure, I need 1. Can you tell me what the Bosch part number is on that plug? No, I can't give you that. I was like, what do you mean you can't give me that? He's like, it's a Porsche part. We can't look up. I said, so I called the auto parts dealer. I'm not going to say the name, which one. I called different ones. I called them up and I said, listen, I just want the OEM plug. My car runs great with the OEM plug. My car is tuned to run with the OEM plugs. So we talk a little bit about the part number, the brand, and guess what? Yes, they have the exact part number, and it is $10. Tell me why Porsche is charging $25 for the exact same part that's $10 at a general auto parts store. So, needless to say, going to the auto parts store, not Porsche. So, just need 1 more plug and we'll be set. So, stay tuned. This is to be continued. So, lucky for me, I have more than 1 car, so I can go get around, or I could have got on the motorcycle. But we visited the other auto parts store, one of the national brands. I won't say the name, but here's my receipt. Here's my spark plug. $9. Same part number, same brand. Tell me again why Porsche is charging $25? I don't know. Anyways, back to the house, and we'll put this plug in and get everything buttoned back up. So I'm just gonna snap my fingers and everything's gonna be back together. Ready? Bam, done. All right, let me show you what we did. All right, the tricky part here, not this, well, so you saw what I was counting turns is because this twists. So you want to count the turns off, and it took me a couple tries to get this back to this where it's not bound up. There's still a little bit of a turn. Trust me, it was such a pain in the butt to fix that. So this is what's different on this side from the other side. The other side, you've got two of these, one there, one here. On this side, you have one here on the front side. So you have a bend. So you still have the same bend as the other side, but it's a little harder to get to. So it's a little more finicky to get it out. Actually, going in was pretty easy. You have a clamp here. This one I didn't want to mess with. This is the other O2 sensor, but this hose is different and less flexible than this one. So I really didn't want to mess with that one. I didn't have to. I was able to move around it. The front edge of here, you guys see this edge? You might have to bend this out just a little bit so you can get this heat shield in. Other than that, it's pretty straightforward. So let me just get the side mufflers on. We will open the garage back up so we have some more light. Get the side mufflers back on, get this all put back together. All right, you know we're getting close to the end of the summer because in the morning it's really cold. In the afternoon, you're sweating your butt off. So it's actually perfect weather. It's just because I'm working. Remember the tape I put on there? Let's look. Tape should not rip. It's ripping a little. Oh, no, it's not. Nope, it came out clean. Thought it ripped. Nope, came out clean. Yep, did not rip. That's perfect. That's what we want. All right, got it all off. It's just inside that lip, but I was able to just keep working at it and pull it off. So all the tape's off. Both mufflers are on, secured. O2 sensors are plugged in. Only thing that's not on is heat shields. But before we turn on the heat shield, put on the heat shields, let's turn the car on and make sure we got no check engine lights because we messed with the O2 sensors and we changed spark plugs. I want to make sure everything else is good. Good. No check engine lights. Normal cold start. Engine's revs up like it's supposed to. Let's check. We should have a little smoke burning off from the penetrating oil. Yep, that's exactly what we have. We have smoke right here. It's burning off. It's the penetration oil that dripped down. It's burning off. It's no big deal. Put your hands around here, see if there's any leaks. No leaks. Don't touch it though. I don't feel any air leaking out of there. My air is only coming out of the tailpipes like it should. No issues. It's burning off the penetrating oil. Looks good. Sounds correct. It's purring like a kitten. And again, we'll double check. No fault codes. So we're good to go. So let's continue on putting the heat shields on, putting everything. Let me turn the car off. We'll continue putting the heat shields back on and then putting the rear bumper on and wrapping this project up.
Dame la plata, plata. Cash, cash, cash. Get money, get money. It's bam, bam, bam. Hey, it's bam, bam. She wanna flick for the gram. Plus, her baby sabe who I am, so she wanna do it all on cam. Like, hold up, sabe how to hold a pull up. Soon as we done, I'ma roll up. Full lines are better, I pull up. Papi te paga los biles, pero quiero todo lo tuyo. Prefieres hacerlo conmigo que siempre lo hacemos bien duro. I bought a Benz straight from the trap. I don't like paying no taxes. I don't need friends, solo na mami, papi te enseño what racks is. Me and my chick, we got a chick, yeah, we treat her like a pet. She keep it G, she keep it tranqui, but she be down with the set. Ay, me and my chick, we got a chick, yeah, we treat her like a pet. Ay, EBK if you all in the way, you in the field with a vet. Ay, spam, bam, she wanna flick for the gram. Plus her baby sabe who I am, so she wanna do it all on cam. Like, hold up, sabe how to hold a pull up. Soon as we done, I'ma roll up. Phone lines are better, I pull up. Bam, bam, she wanna flick for the gram. Plus her baby sabe who I am, so she wanna do it all on cam. Like, hold up, sabe how to hold a pull up. Soon as we done, I'ma roll up. Phone lines are better, I pull up. Vestido Mbappe, reach como Mbappe, I can never let her up stop me. In the backseat, I'm with your chick, I love it when she be on top me. Windows black, that's a fact, she don't even mind getting sloppy. Shooter outside, holding it down, si le digo que hacer, he like copy. Ábrame la ventana para ventilar este humo. No way, Mr. Officer.
All right, there you go. That's your DIY for changing the spark plugs on the Porsche 911. It really wasn't that challenging. It's time consuming, yes. The way I decided to do it took longer, but it was easier. It was on a scale of 1 to 5, for 5 being like the absolute hardest thing to do. This was probably a 2, maybe a 1.5. It was not very hard. The side mufflers actually gave me no issues whatsoever coming off. They came off very nice, very easily, and everything else was actually pretty smooth. Nothing was too hard, nothing was too challenging. I can fully appreciate and understand now why when you go to the shop they want to charge you, not Porsche, they just want to upcharge you. But an independent shop, when you go to an independent shop and they tell you, hey, yeah, we can change your plugs, and it's whatever the price is, 600, 800, whatever the price is. I understand now. It takes some time. Even when you have all the right tools, which I did. If I wasn't filming, it probably would have taken me start to finish maybe around 4 hours. But you know, between filming, trying to show you guys things, trying to point things out, it takes longer. When you sometimes put the camera away and just go do something, you get it done like that. So, for example, engine mounts. I can do engine mounts in 10 minutes, maybe 20. You know, it's really easy. Actually, I've done it on camera fast to prove the point. But engine mounts are something that's easy. With the camera, that turns into an hour, all the time, every time. So plugs are in, the car fires right up even faster. I didn't have any issues. I wasn't changing the plugs because I had a problem. I was changing the plugs because Porsche recommends 40,000 miles, change the plugs on this car. And GIAC, who's the manufacturer of my ECU tune, also recommends that I change the plugs sooner because they could burn out, or they could not burn out. I guess they just get used more. I'm not sure. I'm not an engineer, so I'm not sure how that works. But I do know the plugs are tuned, or I don't know. I'm going to stop there because I'm not going to lie to you. I don't know the details of it. I just know that the car is tuned and has more horsepower, and thus the plugs need to be changed sooner. All in all, though, it was pretty good. I've got the old plugs right here. Let me show you. So I have all 6 plugs right here on my toolbox. And I did show you in the video. I'm going to show you again now. Hey, leave that alone. That's grass seed, not dog food. Leave it alone. Just because it's in a plastic bag doesn't mean you can eat it. All right, so here's the plugs. It's going to be there. You guys can, it's kind of hard to see it, but they've got that golden brown look. And they're all very even. None of the electrodes are white. So, oh, I showed you 5. I didn't show you 6. I'm sorry. Look, all 6, so you don't think I'm cheating. There's 6. Count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. They're all there. But I am very happy with these plugs. Absolutely love how they came out. They look great. No concern whatsoever. No issues coming out. The engine looks great. I'm happy. Very, very good, easy DIY. If you have any questions, let me know. Put the questions down below. I'm very quick to respond. Some of my regulars that do send me comments, you notice I'll respond right away. So please, any questions or anything you notice that I didn't notice, that I didn't see, that I'm oblivious to, let me know. You know, if I'm doing something that's completely crazy or stupid or dangerous, please tell me, because you don't know what you don't know, and it's the only way we get smarter and better is talking to each other and feeding off each other. Next to do on this car. Ooh, that's a good question. That's a good question. Rennsport 7 is Rennsport Reunion, I should say, is next week. I really want to go, but I don't think I can. I need to be in Chicago for work and then on the East Coast for work. And so I might miss it. I'm looking at a way that maybe I could squeeze it in there if I blast down, because it's only, the Bay Area is only 10 hours from me. So maybe if I blast down there, hang out for a day or two, and take a flight from there, I could probably make it work. Or blast down there, blast back, but then that's talking about 20 hours of driving. I don't know, haven't decided yet. Still 50-50 on whether I want to lower the car. I look at it every day. Every single day I come in the garage and I look at it. And yes, someone told me, a couple of you guys have said, the stance is perfect, don't touch it, leave it alone. You're right, the car does look perfect the way it is. But, you got that itch you want to scratch. So that's where I'm at right now. So I'm really thinking, I don't know. I might hold off. I might decide to do it. What I might do, I did this in the past when I did the control arms, where I bought everything I needed. So I bought inner and outer tie rod end. I bought the tools for it. I'll buy the tools for the front struts, the special tools. I don't think I need any other tools. A sway bar. Maybe I'll buy the sway bars as well. And we'll do the springs and the sway bars all together. Now for YouTube, that's not good, because YouTube needs content. So for YouTube wants me to change the springs, put the car back down. Oh, come back the next day or a couple days later. Hey, let's change the sway bar. Wrap it up. Oh, wait, let's come back again. Let's do more content. Let's change the bushings. Change this. And that's what YouTube loves. But I don't love doing work over and over and over again. So if I'm going to lift the car up and I'm going to have the struts and suspension out of the car, then I'll have all this space to change the tie rods. Might as well do it. And if I'm going to change the tie rods, I might as well also change the sway bars, because I'll have easy access. Just saying. I know YouTube hates it, but that's what I'm thinking. That's my mentality. So thanks for watching this video. Let me know what you liked or what you didn't like. If you have any questions, if you want to see something specific about this video, let me know. I'll make another video and talk specifically about that part. And my next video is going to be about my flight and flight training. Stay tuned for that one. It's you're going to be surprised. I've got some information in there I haven't shared with anybody. Only a very small handful of people, less than 5, know all the details. You'll find out in the next video after this one. Enjoy your weekend. Enjoy the week. Catch you guys later.
Thank you.